Hello everybody and welcome back to my YouTube channel, Water Dragon Tarot, 7 for the T. I'm just going to kick this off by saying a few things. So I pre-shuffled these cards last night, and I was on the phone with my friend, and while I was pre-shuffling these cards, I laid them all out, and then my friend and I would get distracted by the conversation, and I didn't get to do this reading yesterday. Like, they have been sitting here on my desk all fucking night. So, just based on that, I also want to add in that as I continued the conversation with my friend, I would get drawn back to the cards, and then I would hyper-focus. So this person, I'm feeling, is very hyper-focused on you. And the card that I would hyper-focus on was this Did You Put a Spell on Me? So that is kind of that spell energy, that's that obsessive energy. And not only that, but I was picking up on a heavy energy where someone might be questioning someone might be questioning whether they're fucking crazy or not, quite frankly. This person could be questioning their mental health. And, like, okay, yeah, do you ever love somebody so much that you feel insane? Like, you feel like you might be a little crazy, a little mentally unstable, a little obsessive in a very dark way. Like, I was picking up a very dark, obsessive energy yesterday. And this person feeling all these things about you, and it just keeps coming back to you, and every time they try to do something, because kind of like I was getting distracted with my cards, you know, they're strongly distracted by other things going on in their life, and then their mind just hyper focuses and wanders back to you, possibly mid-conversation, just with any old body. And that any old body could be these third-party influences, whether they're family, friends, or partners, because I did already pre-draw these cards, like I said. And third-party influence, family, friends, partner, and then he is, she is not you came out right after that. I won't even say that, because when I was shuffling this yesterday, these two cards actually flipped up at the same time, and we got this in the last reading, and I shuffled my cards pretty freaking good. Pretty good. And now my cat's trying to fuck with things. I swear to God, she looks like she's gonna rip the blinds down right now. Girl, please don't. For the love of God. But this could be that third-party influence. Like, this is that confirmation with my cat acting a fool over here. Just very distracting. And it's probably this he or she or she or he is not you that is distracting this person and trying to take their attention away from you. And off you, because this person can tell that your person is not there. They're not there. And then we have this, I pray to you, I hope you can hear me. So this, I pray to you, I hope that you can hear me, kind of goes back to, like, this person will be mid-conversation, and then they will get distracted. Their mind will drift back to you. They want you to reach out to them. They don't want to reach out. They want you to reach out. But we also have this will you let me in energy here as well. And I'm going to come back to this here in a second. But I also want to point out with this third-party influence and the she and he is not you, and that coming out in so many different readings, and I have 78 cards in this deck, that is kind of confirmation and doubling down on the reason this person is not coming back to you is because of somebody that's trying to be like you. So we have the will you let me in and will you give me a chance? So that's two questions in a row, mind you. Will you let me in and will you give me a chance? Will you give me the chance to come into your world is the type of energy that I get from these two cards. Will you let me in and will you give me a chance? Will you give me a chance to come into your world? To get close to you? And then we have I don't want us to end, so confirmation that that's a past person right there. Also, these next three cards, honestly, these next three cards are very past romantic partner energies. So we have I Don't Want Us to End, Young Forever by Nicki Minaj, which has come out a few times, so confirmation. And then I Don't Want Us to End and Our Story Isn't Over Yet. So this, and just looking at the order of these, and for some reason, I'm getting really, really warm right now. Like, I wasn't this warm until I started the reading. So the heat is turning up right now, and I don't know why. Give me one moment. Okay, so like I was saying, I Don't Want Us to End, Young Forever by Nicki Minaj, and Our Story Isn't Over Yet. So Young Forever by Nicki Minaj, go listen to it. But just a slight summary of the song. It's don't say goodbye, just look in my eye. Know that you'll be young forever. I should go get my laptop and just like search up the lyrics to the song instead of making all this stuff difficult. What was it in that song? I used to think we would run away. So this person always felt like you would come back for them, in a sense, but you have not come back for them yet, and that's making them nervous, especially with this young forever. And if you're aging and you're getting older, you had this person a long time ago, and they keep thinking about that. They keep playing all the time that you spent together over in their head, and you're just like this, I don't know how to explain it. You could have been this person's first love. That's the vibe I'm getting, and usually people never forget their first love, and that's sad to say, but it's very true. Like, when you are introduced to a feeling like that and you haven't felt it before, it's very addicting. It's very addicting. So this person is just looking back to when you guys were younger, and as you're getting older, they're just like, okay, I'm running out of fucking time right now. But they have all these distractions coming up in their life, like my cat fucking with the blinds again. Celeste. Hey, you tear them shits down, I'm gonna be upset. Because I'm not even gonna lie to y'all, I'm doing this reading fucking naked because free will, bitch. I don't have to point the camera at me to get the message across. Shit. But, I just got distracted again. But they're wanting to know that if they come back to pursue you, will you let them in? And they're coming back because they don't want you to end with that. Will you let me in? I don't want us to end, and our story isn't over yet. So they're realizing, I don't want to let that go. I can't let that go. I can't let go of this feeling. I can't let go of this person. And they're realizing that you played a much more significant role. There's absolutely some unfinished business here, especially with that I don't want us to end and our story isn't over yet. And then we already addressed the Did You Put a Spell on Me card over here. And this person is really questioning their mental state right now. They're just like, oh, am I crazy? Am I like a psychopath for feeling these ways? Am I crazy for, long story short, stalking this person for years on end? And they're just in this I'm obsessive energy. Because this is a very obsessive energy, and it has them questioning their mental state because they can't get you out of their mind. Hence, they have that, did you put a spell on me? I swear you did. But then we have that, I'll reach out soon, which is aligned with that our story isn't over yet, and that I don't want us to end. So this person, they're going to eventually give in to what we may call an obsession. We do have, I fear I may not be enough for you. So even though they want to reach out to you, they are really, oh, fuck. Just as I was pulling that, I'm intimidated by you. That came right out with that because I just picked up the deck. I had 11 pre-drawn cards and holy shit. Like, I fear I may not be enough for you and I'm intimidated by you back to back. So that fear and that intimidation, something about you is very intimidating to this person, whether it's your looks or you just have your life together. You could be out here making big boss moves, big energy. And then I have a confession to make, which is right after this. I'm intimidated by you, and I fear I may not be enough for you. But they're going to get it all together, especially with this, and that I'll reach out soon, because I just looked over there. But we have that. I have a confession to make, and I'll reach out soon. So they will be reaching out with this confession, but they're really working up the gall and the courage to be able to come back in your direction. And then we have a card that actually hasn't really come out yet before. I'm not okay. The thought of you brings me peace when times are hard. So yeah, whatever journey that they have been on since you and this person have separated, they're not okay. They're not okay without you. And when times are hard, you are this person's happy place. They revert back to that time where they felt loved and appreciated and accepted for who they are, where things weren't surface level and shallow. And just when you're teenagers, you know, when you're kids and you have that first love, you don't realize how complicated the world is in right now, because it's just kind of the two of you. You don't have any responsibilities or anything to get in the way, if you will. So think about it like, yeah, when you're kids, you got nothing but time, and you got time to have fun, and you got time to enjoy one another. Whereas when you live in the real world, you wake up, you go to work. And when I say the real world, I mean the adult world. Because when you're young, you don't realize the extent of how serious the rest of the world is until you are in that position. And now that they're adulting, and they're just like, damn, I'm kind of not having a good time with this. Like, this is actually really hard. And they might be over here seeing you doing fairly well, or at least, you know, surviving. I know that's right. Like, I don't know anyone that's really thriving as much as they're surviving in this economy. Fuck. To be for real, not to be on a negative note or anything. But I feel like this person is in a really, really dark time in their life, because that kind of goes into that dark obsessive energy. And if they're constantly thinking about you and constantly thinking about you and constantly thinking about you, and when they think about you, they get these little serotonin hits. When they're watching your social media, they're getting these little serotonin hits. They're feeling happier again. They feel like they can get their crap together. So you do motivate this person in a sense. I'm sorry I just went off on a tangent there, but I was trying to explain that the best way I could. Jesus fuck. But if this person is in a lot of dark times, and you're the one thing that has made them happy since, you know, you guys were kids, then that's going to develop an obsession. Because there's this one guy I was dealing with, right? And I'd known him since I was like 13, 14 years old, man. And we eventually met a decade later, 11 years later, and we had just been Snapchat friends for fucking ever. Like, known him since I was a kid. Forever. And we would be in and out of each other's lives and appearing at random times. And by we, I mean he, because he would just randomly text me, you know? And eventually, when I met this person and we finally did meet, the chemistry was absolutely insane. And then I found out he had, I don't know, I think, I'm a tatted up chick, like, and I was emo from back then. Okay, it wasn't a phase, mom, you know? And he kind of fetishized that. I'm just gonna put that like that. But when we met each other, it was much deeper than that. And eventually I was the person that was always there to make that person feel better when they weren't feeling too good about themselves. And I'm just like, you know, I'm not really getting too much out of this. And when we reconnected after, you know, another 2 fucking years, as of recently, and now we're not talking again, because he was going through something. And when he was going through something, my whole problem has been, okay, so what lesson is this meant to serve? What lesson am I supposed to learn here? Like, what is the purpose of this? And I was thinking about it, and I, think about it randomly, and I haven't talked to him in a few months, but I'm like, he comes around when he needs me to fix his problems, but we have something much deeper going on here, and we have a bond, like a weird fucking telepathic bond, And I've never experienced that with necessarily anybody else before. And I was like, okay, so he needs to go heal, and I have to stop trying to fix everybody else when they're broken, because that is leading to all these stressors in my life, and it's making my health and my mental health decline, and like it's showing, And then I started having a lot of bad things go wrong, and I was taking on other people's karmic debts. And maybe there's a lesson that this person is needing to learn with this karmic relationship, because that's what karmic relationships are. They are lessons for you. Sorry to go off on another little tangent there, but I wanted to give a decent example that I could at least relate to, so I could better explain it. I just got a random smell. It smells like caramel and cinnamon. So maybe something about like caramel and cinnamon, because I have nothing in my vicinity to even be smelling like that. Maybe something is very significant about those smells between the two of you. Could be candles, could be a perfume, could be a gum, could be a treat you used to eat together. Something. Ooh, wait, why am I getting like, I'm not smelling apples, but I'm thinking about like apples with the cinnamon and brown sugar, and you dip them in the caramel. That was very interesting. Like, sometimes I will smell very random things that I'm not supposed to be smelling, and it's like, am I having a stroke? But no, it's kind of like when you have a loved one that passed over and you randomly smell cigarette smokes, but there's nobody smoking cigarettes. It's that person trying to reach out to you. There was this post that I had reposted forever ago on TikTok, and it was talking about, what if some hauntings aren't actual hauntings, but two souls trying to get to each other on the physical plane, but the physical body and the separate soul, the higher self, the subconscious, those two people, those two beings, those entities are trying to come together, So when you can smell your person, because maybe sometimes you can just randomly smell their cologne. Like that guy that I was just talking about, I used to randomly smell his fucking cologne all the time. I'm like, oh, hell no. And I hadn't even talked to him in over a year. And I can't remember what anybody smells like these days. Can't put my finger on no smells, nothing. But anyway, if that's a concept you want to entertain, take it as it resonates. What message does the universe have for the collective today? I'm going to try to draw a couple more cards because I'm at the almost 19-minute mark. What message does the universe have for the collective today? We have, I want to touch you, dance with you, hear your voice, make memories with you. So this person, this could also be part of that confession energy. I have a confession to make, and I want to touch you, dance with you, hear your voice, make memories with you. So this card gives, I want to spend the rest of my life with you. I want to give you my time. I want to give you my energy. I want to have a life with you. I want to expand my life with you. I want to do everything with you, and I want to do all these little intimate things with you that make every moment magical together. That is very intimate in a non, sexual way. So just to have a conversation with you, with that, I want to hear your voice. I feel like this person could listen to you talk about things forever, because if you're a very interesting person, then of course they would want to listen to you talk. Oh yeah, oh yeah. I'm going through a dark night of the soul, leading to spiritual enlightenment. So this is kind of that energy that was going back to that obsession and that karmic relationship and all those cycles that need to be completed with that. I'm going through a dark night of the soul that leads to spiritual enlightenment. So, you know, referring to what I was saying about my situation with this guy that I've known all my fucking life, this isn't the same guy as what this reading is. I just want to put that out there, because this person, once I block someone and you go to the blacklist, you're going to stay in the blacklist, okay? It's, unless you really put in some effort and show me some differences, because I can't stand people that stay the same or get worse over time. And I actually just said something the other day, but your soul either evolves and grows, or your soul deteriorates and it rots. So there could be some inner work where this person needs to do some serious inner work, because they're starting to feel like they're rotting inside, like they're dead inside. And with this dark night of the soul and this karmic relationship that they're in that is making them feel dead inside, they might be realizing, hey, this is the lesson that I need to learn. And then once I learn this lesson, I will reach spiritual enlightenment. And then once I reach that spiritual enlightenment, then I can come back to my person, because this person is so scared. They're scared. They fear that they may not be enough for you, and they are intimidated by you, like these two cards had previously said. So that kind of is confirmation right there. They have to go through this dark night of the soul before they can come back to you, and their dark night of the soul, their lesson might be self-love. And honestly, I noticed that when I deal with people, a lot of their lessons are self-love, because it's crazy how many people go around not loving themselves and just letting anybody do any old thing to them, use them as a doormat, use them, you know, for their own fetishes and desires. You gotta let those things go, and you gotta learn how to love yourself in order to attract that love that you want. But you can't be looking for love all the time, if that makes any sense, because if you're looking for love all the time when you're in the process of starting to heal, it becomes codependent. That's how relationships become codependent. You're relying on somebody else to love you instead of loving yourself. What message does the universe have for the collective today? I feel possessive and territorial over you. So yeah, this person, as they are fearing not being enough for you and being intimidated by you, they are feeling very possessive, very territorial. And these things are very different from being jealous. Like, this person could have a little bit of a jealous streak, but with this possessive and territorial, it's like, that person is mine. Do not touch what is mine. And, you know, if other people are coming towards you, or they see you with other people, or they see people commenting on your stuff online, because if you don't see this person on a daily basis, you know, it's, how else are they going to see you? Oh yeah, online, on fake accounts. Like, I can't tell you how many people, friends, lovers, the whole 9 yards, that have made fake accounts to stalk me and to harass me. Like, they either want to see what I got going on, or they want to try to bring me down to their level and make me feel bad about myself. And it's like, nah, y'all are honestly fucking pathetic, bro. But I'm not saying this person is pathetic for having an account. I'm talking about, like, pussies that can't say anything with their chest without hiding behind a fake account, you know? But these people make me feel awful and put me in a dark place. So that is heavy confirmation that this person is in a very dark place right now. Just like I was saying in the beginning of this video, with them going back and thinking about this time where they were happiest with you, where they felt the most safe and secure with you, and it is creating a dark place, hence why they keep going back on the memories with you and the times that they had with you to get that little serotonin boost, to look at your social media to get that little serotonin boost, because the people around them make them feel like shit. And they really aren't happy where they are, and they're too comfortable where they are at. So with them being as comfortable as they are where they are at, they are kind of creating roadblocks for themselves, and also giving these people that are making them feel like shit the power to do so. And it's very hard to take your power back. Very, very hard, especially when you have been conditioned. And I say this as a recovering people pleaser. But you are my religion, and that's actually wild, because earlier we have I pray to you, I hope you can hear me. So it's very interesting that those two cards actually came out within the same reading. We are at the 26-minute mark almost. So I'm going to cut this off. I'm going to draw one more card, because I'm so fucking nosy. I fear your rejection. Yeah, this person does fear your rejection because they fear not being enough for you, and they are intimidated by you. And maybe there was a point in time where you had to set a boundary and you had to reject them, and you had to go your separate ways in life in order to grow. And you could have had your spiritual awakening much sooner than this person has, so they don't really understand that situation and why you did what you did, and they just thought you hate them, you don't love them, and that is just how it is. Oh shit, we just had this card fall out. You are home to me. So yeah, you are absolutely home to this person, and when they are watching you and learning new things about you, or hearing your voice, or seeing your pictures, they feel like they're at home. They can feel your energy damn near pretty much through the screen. So this is where I'm going to leave this reading today. I hope everyone has a great rest of your day. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to claim this message. Thank you so much for being here. I love you. Bye.